Okay, so like I guess I'm playing this level now because I just decided to play it on a whim, and like half an hour later, I have 42%. So cool. I guess I'm doing this now. Let's get 70 to 100. Also, still have not even touched the Undertale video this week. I am so good at keeping my promises. I keep my promises. Nice plumbing, stupid. I have to fix that. I don't know why it's like that, but where is it? Yourself. Good enough. By the way, why does this level feel a need to notify you that you've gotten to 88%? That's it's a little interesting. What the fuck was that? I fucking oinked! I promise that by the end of these 24 hours I will have done the fucking... I'll have worked on some of the Undertale video. At least a bit. Because I already have everything. Like, I have all the facts collected, but I don't actually have all of them. I lied. I have the number I want, but I'm gonna have to scrap some of them because they're not very interesting / not very obscure. Let's just do 200 real quick. I swear the robot enters my fucking blind spot there. Either that or it's just the fact that the orb is layered on top of it. Nobody in chat as expected. Okay. Bumba ba. Oh. If I died there, if I ever died there from 0, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. Also, I guarantee you the last level of the second Duality Gauntlet is gonna be a fucking medium demon. Like, no shot it isn't. Alright. What? No shit. Okay, 80 to 100. Oh yeah, yeah, I have like all the facts I need. Well, almost. I have to like refine the script and make it not as, repetitive, and then I have to actually do the voiceover, which is really difficult because, like, okay, I could just talk like this vaguely all the time, but the thing is, I'm gonna mess up and I'm gonna need to like retake a lot of things, and if I retake stuff with slightly different voices each time, it's gonna be really noticeable. So I would prefer to have my voice very consistent throughout the entire video, but that's really hard with an actually good voice. Like, right now, I don't think I could pull off my, like, peak performance, partially because I'm dehydrated. But it's very difficult for me. I'm honestly not sure why, but it's just hard. And when I do it right, my throat hurts because I learned a part of it wrong. Anyway, yeah, that's not very fun, but that's how it is. Sit back, if I 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 sit back, I sit back, if 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 I sit. If I say it, repeat. If I say it, repeat. Utoki la otoki. I guess in this case it would probably be Olin. Even those are two very different words. Sit back, sit back. I gotta read, I think it's Nasi Nanpa something yan ekite ala. Maybe it's just Nasi Nanpa. Brush up on my cookie. I'm not very good at talking. If I sit back, if I sit back. If I sit back, if I sit back. Sit back, if I 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 sit back, why is the tempo so hard even though it's not? I tried to ride hard with not. Why is this part so hard even though it's nard? It's nard! Isn't that slang for penis? No, it's slang for the testicles. Oh, dang it. Yeah, so I had a level in like 5 or 6 runs, and suddenly I almost have it in 3. Which is odd. This level does not feel like an Extreme Demon, except for some parts. I saw one click at 15% was really evil. Ah, god damn it! Why am I dying to that? Sit back if I sit back if I sit back. Honestly, I could see myself getting like 80 just fucking randomly. Oh, dang it. Sit back, if I sit back, if I sit back, if I sit back, if I sit back, sit back, sit back, sit back, sit back, if I sit back. If I sit back, 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 if I sit back. If I sit back, 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 if I sit. Isn't Calculator Core off the list now? That's crazy. And it used to be like number 4. How'd that happen? Back in my day, Bloodbath was a tough one. Also, for a while I thought the Bloodbath was verified in 2.0. But I guess not. If I sit back, sit back, Finally. $70 to $100. Okay. Sit back, if I 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 sit back. Okay. One, two, oatmeal. Simple flips abused his wife. It says 1, 2 oatmeal in the background, by the way. Right here. Assume? No. I forgot. Dude, why am I dying of this? What is bro doing? What is bro doing? Wow, so Wabu advertising his plushies isn't okay, but Hanky Kang advertising his Twitch is fine. I see how it is. Dude, fuck Wabu. I hate that guy so much. He might be the worst active community member, aside from him. Also, I can't believe Rob finally rated Delightful Climb. It only took like a fucking year. 16. Oh, dang it. Wait, how did that even happen? I wasn't paying close enough attention to tell. Why do some of those blocks have those hitboxes? They're really weird. Well, only one of them is normal. Well, actually, I think they're all normal technically, and one of them is weird, but that's just because the hitboxes for some of those blocks are just bizarre. Like, there's whatever full block that is, I'm pretty sure it. Yeah, I think that's like a real thing. Yeah, because there's nothing else that would have that size of hitbox, so I think that's just how those blocks work. Which is. Yeah, okay, it's the single ones that are like that. What the fuck is this game, dude? Oh, I really wanted to do it. I really wanted to do it. There we go. Saw it coming. If I sit back, if I sit back, if I sit back, if I sit back, if I back, if I sit back, if I sit back, if I sit back. Be careful. Are you sure? If I sit back, 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 if I sit. I don't even know what I was doing there. Oh. I think I almost pressed my speed hack hotkey. Yeah. That's the platform buttons on my Sayo, by the way. I'm not cheating. Probably. Maybe I have been cheating this whole time, but who the fuck would cheat it back? You cheat like Acheron, or Tidal Wave, or Thinking Space 2, not it back. No. If I really wanted to cheat, I think I would be looking like I'm progressing a lot faster, you know? Or maybe I'm playing the long con. Yeah, any significant jump in skill would be very suspicious anyway. So I don't think I could get away with cheating to the general audience, even if I wanted to. And I don't. My achievements don't mean anything if they're not legitimate. And I think I could see myself trying to cheat in like a fit of anger and frustration. That, I can't believe I had to do that. But like, I feel like I'd pussy out, you know? The thing with cheating is like, I would have to live with that, knowing that I lied about something that I should be proud of and that people are proud of me for, right? So like, yeah, I could just cheat. I could just hack this level, play it over a macro or fucking splice. Oops. Whatever, right? But like, it's like killing yourself. Well, if you lived after killing yourself, it's usually something that people do in very stressful situations. It's usually not a premeditated thing, at least not that far back. It's like people don't plan their suicide a month and ahead. And then actually like go through with it, you know? I feel like cheating is similar because it's like, okay, if I do it and fuck up and I get caught, then like I'm fucked and no one will ever trust me again. If I do it and don't get caught, well then yeah, it might be nice in the moment to say, hey guys, I beat fucking Arcturus, you know? But then it's like, yeah, okay, but I know I didn't. It could be the sort of thing where it's like you lie so much that you convince yourself of it. Like, I don't know. I feel like I just couldn't bring myself to do it in the first place because I know, like, this is going to eat away at me forever until I confess, you know? And if I confess, what was the point of cheating in the first place? Like, if you cheat with the intention of confessing later, then what's the point of cheating? And yeah, if you're the one who confesses, then sure, people are way more likely to accept you back in and be like, yeah, you did it legit. Like, Lukuki got exposed for cheating. I don't know if he, like, personally confessed, but Lukuki got exposed for cheating, and now he is, like, an accepted, really good Super Mario Bros. Speedrunner, despite the fact that he had a history of cheating. You know, fucking people let Andromeda come back, and End Level, and, Xander? That was the name I was thinking of. Well, some people even accept Space UK. But, like, I don't know. If I beat Zodiac at half speed and claimed that I had beaten it, I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy with myself. I guess that's why a lot of people cheat in little ways, you know? You know, someone would be like, oh, I got 99.9% no-clip accuracy. But I didn't show the no-clip accuracy. I can pass it off as being legit, and I basically did it. I basically didn't cheat. You know, that's... like, it's kind of all or nothing, at least in my mind, right? It's like either I did it or I didn't. And if I didn't, then okay, I didn't. I did this thing, and it was impressive, and I did a good job. But I still did it in 1 death and not 0. I still did it at 90% speed and not 100. I still, you know, did it in 2 segments instead of 1 and spliced them together, you know? It's like, okay, cool. It might feel good to have it, like, off my, like, have the weight off my shoulders, but then I put another bigger weight on my shoulders. I'd rather live with not having something done than that's just for me. It's like, you know, if in school, right, if I had to, like, cheat on a test, it's like, I think that is, obviously it's intellectually dishonest, but, like, it's sometimes a thing, like, you need to do if you need to get through this. But, like, for Geometry Dash, I'm playing it because I have fun challenging myself, and if I'm not challenging myself, and I play it because I have fun challenging myself, and I'm proud of my own accomplishments, right? And being proud of an accomplishment that I didn't do, or having fun doing something. It's like, sure, I'm sure that, like, if I played Bloodbath at 75% speed, I'm sure I would have fun, right? But, like, saying, hey guys, I beat Bloodbath. That's, no, I didn't. So, like, what's the point of cheating if you don't, if it's something you're doing for yourself, then cheating just seems counterproductive. I'd rather live with the weight of failing than, I mean, and I hate failing, right? I hate failure. I'm very scared of it. I'm very scared of failure and social rejection. If you couldn't tell. Maybe it's the autism. But, like, the fact that I had 90% on Bloodbath, it sucks, right? But, like, it's okay. I try to think of it as not, god damn it, dude, I got 90%. And I try to think of it more as, I got 90%. You know, it's like, oh, glass 90% full. Or glass just that 10% empty. So like, and I'd rather have that than be like, hey guys, I did it. Because like, who am I doing it for? Other people? I'm not trying to beat Bloodbath for other people. I'm doing it for me. And I don't make any money off of it. I don't really get any social capital from it either, because like, sure, if I beat Bloodbath 10 years ago, that would have been a big deal. But if I beat Bloodbath today, it's like, who cares? I'm the 1,000th person to do it. You know, who gives a shit? And if I were to cheat at something bigger, it would be obvious, because, like, come on. You can see me struggling with much easier levels than fucking Tidal Wave. Ah. 41... 84. Okay, I really need to take a piss. I've needed to since I started stream. I'll be right back. Okay, now that I think about it, I can see myself having cheated, like, my dashless, like a dashless speedrun, right? Like, like 4 years ago, when I was 15, being 9 frames off from the record, that was awful. I honestly, if I had like less integrity, I probably would have tried to cheat. Like, I still to this day am kind of mad that I was 9 frames away from the record and something that I cared so much about. And that's the sort of situation where I could see myself being like, okay, that's not even a 1/6 of a second. I basically got the world record. Why not just, quote-unquote, have it, you know? But, like, again, I don't think I could live with that. I don't think, if I looked at that, and then look back 4 years later, it's like, man, I fucking cheated. Even if I like got a better time legitimately afterwards. Yeah, even if I got a better time legitimately afterwards, then like it would still be like, man, I feel like I got here by cheating. Technically, yes, I have the skill, but excuse me, like it wasn't legit. So like, yeah, I could see myself having cheated back then, like around the time I actually got the second place run that was 9 frames away from the record. I don't know how long it would take for me to confess. Probably by the time Zcad would have taken the record back. That's probably when I would have confessed. Speaking of 1A Dashless, I still want to get the record. It's a lot further away now, but it is still something I want to do, even if it takes a lot out of me, because I do care a lot about that. Like, originally, I just kind of wanted to get, like, I kind of wanted to get a 131 or something, right? Now that record is a 128, I literally commented on Artie's record, GG, rest in peace my dreams. And it's kind of true. You know, that was something I really cared about. That was my proudest accomplishment. That was still the hardest thing I ever did in a video game until I got 34 to 100 on Bloodbath. So like, yeah. There's a lot of things I want to come back to this year, but the problem is that actually, like, okay, so my idea was like I would spend 1 week focusing on something, right? Spend 1 week focusing on, you know, the Undertale video. Spend 1 week focusing on, you know, trying to beat this level, trying to beat Bloodbath, trying to beat Accu. Spend 1 week focusing on speedrunning a certain thing. The problem is I've kind of strayed away from the original purpose, which was to say, okay, I spent a week doing a thing, and I did it. Cool. Because now it's gone to like, okay, I spent a week doing a thing, but I don't actually do the thing very much. You know, it's like I still, like I said, I have not touched that Undertale video all this week. I don't think I've even looked at the script. Okay, that was a bullshit death. I don't know, man. Already on week 14. It's April. How is it April? Man, happy 14 years to fucking Sansa's team. Oh god, I'm gonna have to stay off the internet on the 13th, aren't I? What a day that I dare to wish to be a part of. I did not care for Homestuck. Alright, days you have to stay off the internet. April 13th, August 8th. If you know, you know. That's a day you just, nope, you stay off the internet that day. Look, I don't judge, but I do question why. Yeah, you stay off the internet, April 13th, August 8th. Are there any other days that you need to stay off the internet? I would say June 21st for similar reasons to August. Luckily, I don't really see anything on that day. So I did specifically ask in a group chat, hey, can one of you subscribe to my channel? I have 621 subscribers and I would really like any other number. And now I have 623, yay! Yeah, tassing though, tassing is something you can't cheat in. You can't cheat a task. Like how would you even do that? Like, especially in Celeste, you can't fake a task, you know? Cause you can't just like you would literally need to have like a fucking conspiracy. Like you would need to like fucking no, you'd have to have a conspiracy like with like the head of Everest, or maybe with like Cygamer at the very least, to like have some fucking encrypted code that when a certain task file with specific whatever is runs, it'll do this one thing. But then if like getting a strat to work that's only like an eighth of a pixel off, but you can't quite do it, just cheating it in with the set command, and then having Celeste tasks be hard-coded so that in that specific scenario, that gets cheated in. You would also need to, like, have the version that's actually on Game Banana be different than what's on Everest. And then if anyone compiles it themselves and be like, why isn't this working? It's like, how would you go? And I mean, I guess you could just put the set command there, but obviously anyone can see the fucking set command. It's like, how would you even do that? How would you cheat a task? There's no load times to remove. There's no load times to remove one frame of or anything. Right? You know who you are. Just kidding. They'll never see this. And apparently they've like come back and they're chill now. Anyway. Only time I've ever heard of a cheated task. Well, except for that one random ass Super Mario 64 video. That has like millions of views or something. Anyway, yeah, it's like in tassing there's no cheating. You either did it or you didn't, you know. I guess you could cheat in a task competition by secretly working with multiple people. Even then there would probably be signs. Like I use K for half gravity. Because of like a single file that I saw one time. Like I use K for half gravity. I wait until getting to 160 speed to start holding down. You know, there'd probably be signs if I was like being helped by someone else in a task competition. Or like, let's say I use celery when it's not allowed. Which it'll probably forever not be allowed for task comps. Like, that would be cheating. But like, when was the last time I submitted to a task competition? There's one time that I have won a single task comp in my life, I'm pretty sure. Yay! 64 to 100. Technically, I won that task competition twice. It was a mod for Celeste Pico 8. And I won it twice because you could do a route while skipping the thing that gives you 2 dashes but there's a long animation, or playing it normally with the 2 dash thing. And I got a better time than everyone else with the double dash, and I got a better time than that without it. So I won the competition twice, which I'm still kind of proud of. And no, there was no insider trading. Yes, I know that the mod was made by my friend, Roundup. I was much closer to them back then. I would like to actually spend more time with them. But yeah. I promise I didn't like play test it or anything. Yeah, I never finished Impossible Blast. Whatever. The thing is that RTA players are just so insane now. Tassers are so insane now. Like, I honestly thought any percent was maxed out. Gona Gazette recently told me. That it was, frame got saved in 1600, which is really cool. Not something I expected to happen. Oh boy, I can't wait to win a second TAS Videos award! Yeah, I used to be probably the best Celeste Classic TASer in the world. At least one of the best. Obviously, I haven't done it in years, but, you know, it's still something I look back fondly on. And I do plan on going back and trying to get a sub 150 any percent RTA. That sounds fun. I'm super rusty though, I haven't done a run in like 4 years. I've technically done a little bit of practice, and I still have a lot of my muscle memory left. But yeah. Honestly, I feel like I might be able to beat this level in like 3 days, but I do want to do Bloodbath first. At this point, I might just do this first, because Bloodbath started to really get on my nerves. Might start doing more Bloodbath next week, though. No promises. If I this level's kind of unbalanced, honestly. Like, at some start positions, I just don't feel like I'm playing an extreme at all. I think it's a lot of mind walk, honestly. Okay. Okay. Be sure. I think I've covered all my opinions on cheating. Cheating in relationships. It's bad, don't do it. If you want to fuck someone other than your partner, then go ahead as long as every party consents, but every party's got to consent, you know? So I guess if the speedrun moderators consent to cheating in my speedrun. Oh yeah, speaking of, the fucking Verge 11 thing is fucking ridiculous. I do agree with the ruling, because like, okay, you can argue that keyboard is not an advantage, and like, okay, I trust the top runners and the people who know more about the game than me that keyboard is not a significant advantage. I'm still kind of iffy about it, personally, because like, okay, if there's no advantage, then why do it, you know? But like, swapping between keyboard and controller, like, that is obviously an advantage, right? That is obviously an advantage over just playing the game normally. Like, otherwise they wouldn't do it, right? It makes it easier to do it. Either you do the whole thing on keyboard, or preferably you do the whole thing on controller. So like, I don't know. Like, if some things are easier on keyboard and some things are easier on controller, then like, that's an advantage. If something is easier on keyboard, then that is something you are doing that would not be possible on just a regular copy of the game on an NES with an official controller. Like, you can't do it. The movements that your fingers and hands and wrists make are not, like, they do different things, you know? So like, yeah. While I do agree with the ruling, how they got to that ruling, I think, sucks, obviously. I've heard that Nifsky and his friend group also had some shit about them that I didn't really look into. But I from my understanding, there are genuine criticisms of the guy. He's like 18? So like, this is the sort of thing that happens when teenagers are like the foremost people in a community, right? Like this thing with fucking W Popoff saying the N-word and his mom had to make a statement on Twitter. Look, I would never live that one down, personally, if I was Popoff. Like, I'd have to go into hiding. I'd have to change my identity, because I would forever be the person whose mom had to make a fucking notes app post on Twitter about me saying a racial slur. You know, Trick doing that fucking thing with whoever it was. Oh, I did not let go too early, I think. Like, that whole thing, it's like, this is what happens when the people at the forefront of your community are, like, not even adults. Yes, I know that there's no hard line for what is and isn't a, like, fully developed person. Your brain stops developing after 25 is just not true. I mean, it's... There's truth to it, but from what I know, it is false. Oh, Flux is back. $40 to $84. Again. Anyway, there's literally no chat messages, so I'm just kind of talking to myself, which is a little awkward, but whatever. God damn it, that fucking click one. I feel like streaming gives me... in some ways I play better off stream, and in some ways I play better on stream, because like, when I'm streaming I feel like I'm able to just talk even if no one's there, because like, eventually, like, I think I'm gonna become... I'm going to have some level of popularity at some point, like not a lot, but I will be a quote niche internet micro celebrity at some point, and someone out there, you know, maybe once I've made a game that can hopefully do for other people what Undertale did for me, which is really like my goal. I want to make things that, like, that's crazy that Undertale changed me so fundamentally that like my goal in life is to change other people in the way that it changed me. Like, that is how influential Undertale has been on my psyche and just who I am as a person. Anyway, someone out there is gonna go back, some obsessive fan is gonna go back and look at everything I've ever done, and they're gonna watch all my VODs. To whoever that is, hi. You're kind of creepy. Obviously, I'm documenting this for people like you, but like, that's a little weird, man. Like, don't you think? I promise you're not gonna find any, like, you're not gonna find anything cool back here, right? Look, I'll admit it, I've done similar things with Toby Fox. I've looked at his old Starman.net posts. I think that's kind of weird. I think you're kind of weird. I mean, it's not like bad, like, don't go looking for my personal information or anything, but like, do consider that maybe you should be focusing your time on something else. If you really care that much about the things I've created, then that's great, and I'm happy. I'm happy that I could have an impact on your life like that. But like, you're not gonna hear anything here that you won't hear in an interview, at least in terms of the things that matter. And if you just want to get to know me as a person better, then that's a little parasocial. I don't know you. Almost certainly, I don't know who you are. And while I'm sure you'd love to get to know me, given that you're probably, you know, around my age or younger, I probably wouldn't want to be friends with you by the time you're seeing this. If you're seeing this 15, 20 years in the future, then like, I'll be in my 30s, you know? I don't want to hang out with some, like, 17-year-old. So, like, I don't know, just be a little thoughtful. Like, you don't need to know every little thing about me. You should know every little thing about your friends. You should form closer connections with them than the connections you think you have with me. Don't do that. Don't waste your time here. Yes, I did just talk about how the reason I made the thing that you love is because I want it to change people in a way that Undertale did for me. But that's a thing that I've said before, and that's the thing that I will say in the future, closer to your time than the time between me now and me saying that in some official public statement, right? I probably already said it publicly on, like, whatever social media app you people are using in the future. Maybe it's Red Ground, you know, it's supposed to Blue Sky. Remember Blue Sky? Or maybe I never get popular. Maybe I never gain any sort of fame, and I never make anything that affects people, which, you know, not everyone gets in the history books. Charlotte, now is not the time to walk across my fucking desk. She's gone now. She's left, I think. Yeah, like, have a little more consideration, won't you? And if nobody ever hears this, then, well, that's okay. I still want to make something that people care about, and if you're hearing this, it's probably because I did. And in that case, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being affected. I'm glad that I could do that for you. But please stop being weird. Aw. Like, if I've made something that's inspired you, then go be inspired! Go love. Go create. Go make art. Go be. Instead of sitting here and listening to what I said maybe 2 decades ago. You have better things to do with your time. So go out and make things. Even if they're not that good, just go make something. I want to continue a chain of inspiration. I hope that 200 years from now, my legacy might be that I made something that inspired people. I'm sure that in 100 years, people will still talk about Toby Fox, and people will still talk about Undertale as something that changed an entire art form. But one person could change an entire art form. In 2115, I'm sure someone will have an Undertale 100th anniversary celebration. I hope I can be there. I'd be 110 years old by then, and maybe Undertale would have faded from my mind. Maybe I'd be dead. Hopefully they get some anti-aging technology before then, you know? I'm sure that this game and all my accomplishments would have faded to nothing. I'm sure that nobody will care that I was 9 frames away from the world record in 1A dashless. But you know what? I care right now. Aw, dang it. And if you want something to last forever, you're not gonna get there. we go. Aw, dang it. If I could cut that run from 41, that would be cool. Not cut it, but whatever. Well, you know, it would be cutting it, right? No, I'm stupid. Whatever. Yeah, no, it would just be, you know, like if I get 23 to 100, that'd be great. Okay. Alright, I'll get at least one more attempt to the 40s. While I was in the bathroom, I took my melatonin as well, so getting eepy. Kara. Aw, dang it. I haven't done a single run from 0 this stream. Ah! That would have been cool if I got like 50% on my first attempt from 0 after an hour of practice. God, that fucking click, man. I'm pretty sure that's the most precise click in the level. No. I would say this level's skill sets are timing and shit. But kind of like, what isn't, you know? What isn't timing and ship? Timing, ship, and nerve control are kind of the only skill sets, you know? And, like, swing, I guess? But swing has not reached anywhere near the level of ship in terms of people's mastery of it. Oh, and memory, I guess. Yeah, timings, ship, swing, memory, and nerve control. Kind of everything is memory, though, you know? It's like, for a really hard level like this, right? I'm talking about, like, extreme demons and stuff, you know? Well, maybe this isn't a, quote, really hard level, but look, it would be harder than the hardest IQ, supposedly. This doesn't feel as hard as IQ. Anyway, but maybe it's just because I'm coming back to practicing it after a long time and I still have muscle memory, but I don't really register the fact that I have to spend a lot to get that muscle memory. Anyway. But even for a, like, an extreme demon, like, it's kind of all memory, you know? Like, have something being a memory level feels like it doesn't matter that much. Unless it's something like Limbo or Boobalamba or The Art of the Blade, where it's random and you have to react to it and you have to, like, react in real time to the things that are, like, happening and remember what means what, you know? Like, otherwise, isn't everything kind of memory? Like, this is muscle memory. The fact that I can consistently do this shit, that's muscle memory. Me knowing exactly when to hit that dash forward, which I failed, is memory. Like, I have to remember to do that click. Even if it was obscured, I would still have to remember to do the click, you know? But like, memory obviously still makes levels harder. I guess it's harder to get more consistent. That's what makes memory hard. It takes a lot more practice to get consistent. And like, if you feel yourself messing up or kind of zoning out or something, it's like, for a memory level, I think you're a lot more likely to be screwed in that case. Oh, dang it. Turning flex back on. I'm not activating my macro, I'm not Space UK. I just talked for like 30 minutes about cheating. If I sit back, if I sit back. You lost to reach out, Okay. I hope everyone likes the thing we did for April Fool's at GD Archives. Well, I wasn't part of it, but it was just a couple people who thought, hey, this would be funny, and they cranked it out in like 3 hours. Tony showcases that actually existed for a long time. Like at least since October, I think. I don't know what the original plan was. I don't know what the original plan for it was, but yeah, Tony showcases has been around a while. Also re-released 92 videos in one day. I think maybe even more than that, because there's probably one level that has more than one showcase. I would love if we could eventually get to 92 videos a day. That would be awesome. Unfortunately, it's just, there's a 100 per day upload limit, and there's probably ways to bypass it because I think it's based on something other than just the channel itself, but yeah. I don't think we're ever gonna go faster than like 72 in a day. It's like, if there are ever, you know, if there are ever 9 or more extra uploads in a day, we're screwed, you know? And yes, we could theoretically be 8 ahead at any given time. But like, we would need to always be 8 ahead and like have that pile up over time to make up for the extra videos we have to do. So I think 72 is the highest we can reasonably go to, once every 20 minutes. But even right now, we're struggling, like, a lot. I think the, like, latest video we currently have scheduled, that's like, you know, one of the continuous videos and not something that someone has scheduled like a month in advance. Like Acheron is currently scheduled, even though it's coming out in May 4th, I think. May it be with you, I don't care. yeah, we are like 3 days ahead, which is not a lot of time. Not even, we're like 2.5. We've been like this for a while because people just aren't doing as much ever since 2.28. Even since I returned, people have not been doing nearly as much. I think that ultimately switching to 48 a day was a very good move. But we will need more people to continue this. So join the team! There are actually a couple people who said they'd love to join. And I think if we have like 10 people who are 10% as dedicated as like Geomon, for example, at her peak. Even if we have to keep a rotating cast of 10 people, like 100 different fucking people, and 10 of them are active at a time, then like it would work. As long as we're just getting the videos out, I think is what matters. That we're getting them out on time and quickly enough. Okay. Yeah, if we stayed at 24, we would never be finished. We would never catch up. Right now, we're probably going to catch up in 2029, assuming that levels keep getting rated at roughly the same rate. That's why I want to switch to 72, if possible. But I do think we need to do like more outreach and stuff. Try to get a lot more people on the team. Even if it's a lot more people who are a lot less dedicated. Okay. Oh, by the way, Polychrome winning the best intermediate classic is fucking stupid. Like, you're telling me that level's better than Espiazion? Really? 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 Honestly, I think that was the second worst level on there, aside from the Sneaky Hollow. Or behind the Sneaky Hollow, I mean. Like, Espiazion is leagues ahead of any of the other levels on there. Granted, I haven't played Honeydew, and Feed Your Grungaus is definitely better than Polychrome. I feel like there was maybe another one, I don't know. Okay. Okay. Feel love to reach out, okay, to cry, to love, feel love, to be. Also, this was my introduction to TV Room, and I haven't listened to many of their songs, but there was a phase where people were using their music a lot in GD. Also, this level is so charming. I wish it got a feature. And I wish it was rated way earlier, but you know. I think it's good. Here we go. Aw. Well, that's my best recorded run from 0. To love, up below. How to explain? We felt. Also, I need to rebeat Comatose on the servers. I think I'll go until attempt 100. Yeah, even the first 2 weeks, I really did not do anything with music. Or weeks 0 and 1. I think on week 0, I literally didn't even open FL Studio because it's scary, man. Like, it's so intimidating, honestly. Sit back. I should be getting to 24 a lot more. Hey, just like Bloodbath. I would love for something like Flame Wall to be my final hardest. I highly doubt it's ever gonna happen though. God damn it. Oh, dang it. Also, I've barely touched Bloodbath in the past month. Like, I've done a couple attempts on my brother's computer. And I don't even think I got to mission. Oh, that barely worked. Ah! See, those ghosts are so evil. Yeah, attempt 100 will be my last attempt for the night. 100%. I get it. Alright, I'm gonna shut up until then. Unless I get my best. Last attempt. Well, that was underwhelming. Let's do one run on Bloodbath to get past the mini ball. Actually, no. One run on Bloodbath that gets past the 11.6% thing. Also, no. To Sophie Sheep in the chat, this is not Stereo Madness. Well, I guess that counts. You know what? I might as well. Oh, I know what happened. Yeah, that's a bug. Here we go. Yeah, next week is gonna be Bloodbath. It has to be. Man, this is the best fucking level in the game. I think Surveyor 23's next level might be better. Apparently it's gonna be 19 minutes. Surely that time it'll get mythic, right? After it was stolen from Redeemer and given to fucking Button Masher. I believe Backbeat Revenge got mythic, but Comatose didn't. Decay didn't. Ever After Wretched didn't. Redeemer didn't. Oh, you have to be fucking kidding me. Okay. Is there still the Force? Okay, man. How would I? Okay, what do I do about this? Like. Okay. What attempt on Redeemer. What attempt on Redeemer. What attempt on. What attempt on Redeemer. That gets past the mini cube. How the fuck did Flamewall win? Right, popularity contest. How the fuck did Controlled Chaos get more jury votes from this? The level's not even legendary worthy, in my opinion. It's kinda cool. Good night.